What's up, guys? This is D Brown with Trackheads, and I'd like to welcome you to Trackheads. So, recently I was just online. I was just looking up, some great track and field info. I'm a big fan of track and field, obviously, right? So I'm checking it out, and I'm, really just thinking about the season and thinking about, man, like so many talented performances, so many world records were broken. And I find this article, and the article basically explains. I think it was on Sports Center or Sports, ESPN Sports or whatever the case is. And they did a profile summary about Sydney McLaughlin and the fact that she wants to attack the 400-meter world record probably in the next year or two. And I thought back man, wow, this sport has gotten to a place where we can call game before we even shoot the basket. Now, I say that, I'm saying this as a positive thing because that's the level of excellence that we have gotten to in the sport of track and field, where we have so much confidence in our performance and so much confidence in the way that we train and so much confidence in maybe a higher power, right? Because she's very religious, that we can say, I believe that I can break the world record in the 400-meter dash when no one else has come even close to it. I don't think anyone has come within 0.9 of the world record. If my memory serves me correct, the world record is 47.6. I know the American record from Sonia Richards is 48.7, I believe. So I don't know if anyone has gotten that low. I would like to say maybe back in 2019 when Shanae Miller-Weibo and that other athlete who ended up winning the world championships that year, they got down to low 48s. But that world record, was made in an era where the Eastern Bloc, the Germans, the Russians, they were doing a lot of experimenting when it came to steroids and when it came to things that kind of boost the testosterone of a lot of athletes, and the testing parameters weren't that good. They had a lot of state-sponsored doping, so a lot of world records are from back in the 80s and the 90s are kind of suspect. But this isn't about suspect activity. This is about the talent that is Sydney McLaughlin. It was very interesting to see her world record in the 400-meter hurdles just because of how impressive it was. I've been watching her really real closely in the past 2 years. I'm a Dalilah Muhammad fan. Back in the day, Dalilah and I were on the same track team when I lived up there in New York. So I'm always going to be a fan just because it's personal. Right? But then when you look at, but in addition to that, when you look in terms of just the caliber of athlete that Sydney McLaughlin is, it's hard to deny the benefits of just how, not even the benefits, but just how explosive and how much stronger and all these different technical aspects of the sport that she's been able to absorb from her different coaches, her world-class coaches, and bring it to the next coaching situation that she decides to be placed in. One of the biggest things I noticed was that she's able to cover the first 200 of her 400-meter hurdles in around 24 seconds, and she's able to finish in about high 25, low 26. That's a 400-meter split almost. That's very unusual in terms of the strength that she's able to possess. But when I actually think about it, and when you put it into real world perspective, and you actually think hard about it, when you are an athlete who can possibly go 21 seconds in the 200, who has shown that you can go 47 seconds in a 4x4 split, it definitely makes sense, right? I definitely think that she has the capacity to do it. Now, one of the things that I'm the most worried about, though, is that even though she can split her 47, and although she's able to go 50 and some change in the 400-meter hurdles, the biggest thing the biggest hurdle that I see, ironically, the biggest hurdle that I see in terms of her breaking any 400-meter world record, and I could be wrong, but this is just, me speculating, is that 400 hurdles are such a rhythm event, right? 400-meter hurdles are such a rhythm event that sometimes you can be, I don't want to say race locked, but sometimes the requirement for you to break 47, I know off top, is you either have to split 23 high or 23 mid and then 23 high, or 24, or you have to go and run 22 in the first 200, 22 high, and then come back in 24, 25, right? Now, is that possible? I'm sure it is. But if you're used to scaling back and going 24 seconds in a 200 and then coming back in 26 for the 400-meter hurdles, it's going to take a lot of practice. I don't think she's going to break it this year, but I definitely think that it's possible maybe for Paris, right? She may not break it in 23. It may be possible in 24. And if it's possible in 24, then that's going to be a hell of an Olympics if she decides to do so. But I definitely think it's possible. I think it's going to take some time. I don't see her just breaking it out of the blue like she did in any other world record race that she's been doing this year. But like I said, anything is possible. I'm very interested to see how she's gonna train. I don't know her training setup, but I know Allyson Felix leaving her camp is a big adjustment, right? So hopefully they can find someone for her to train with. If not, maybe some males to train with, right? But I definitely think that it's gonna be an interesting event next year if she does decide to tackle the 400-meter dash next year. And then if she does tackle the 400-meter dash, I wonder who's going to be taking the mantle for the 400-meter hurdles. I'm really looking forward to see if Dalilah Muhammad is going to take that mantle back, right? I definitely think it's possible. She set the world record. She's set a lot of world records just as often as Sydney McLaughlin has. She was the first one to do it. So I really want to see her take that mantle back. I want to see her bring it down to the low 51s, her PR to the low 51s. I want to see if she can join Sydney McLaughlin to 50, but I know that requires her to get her flat speed down. She's only a 23, like mid 200. She's on the strength chart. She's more of a 4.8. With Sydney McLaughlin's more of a 1.24 who could possibly run a 600. So I really want to see Dalilah Muhammad get her speed down, but I have a feeling that's the reason why she keeps tearing her hamstring in that February, March transition of I'm coming from my base, I'm coming from my strength, and now I'm trying to get into the more speed, race-specific, speed work that is going to make the 400-meter hurdles feel easier. So with all that being said, I definitely think that's going to be an interesting year next year, even more so interesting in 2024. But we can only hope. If you were to ask me if she can break it, hell yeah, I think she can break it. You don't see many women who can run 51. You don't see many women who can run 50. Incredible performance. So like I said, definitely look out for that. And I want to thank you guys for watching. This is D Brown with Trackheads. And hey, if you think she can or can't break it, definitely leave your comments in the comment section below. I look forward to reading them. I might respond to some of them. All right, this is D Brown with Trackheads. Thanks for watching. Peace.